Yo, 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 it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in, give me a mic check real quick for the people that come in right now. Caught today that they are doing the sentencing for straight drop Justin Johnson in that young Dolph murder. He was found guilty last month. Seems like it was a while ago, but they in the courtroom right now. We gonna watch it live as he is being sentenced. His lawyer spoke in terms of, I don't know, I don't want to be incorrect here. Maybe he's facing multiple life sentences or death penalty. Don't hold me to that though. But it most definitely seemed like he was speaking in the way of trying not to get him life, of him trying not to get life. That's more than life. It's like there's something else on the table besides life. Now, I did see that Justin Johnson straight drop did request another trial recently, but let me get to this audio so y'all can hear this.
Mr. Smith recalled that the defendant called his cousin in Whitehaven. They went and took the car that they were in to Quick, who put it at a house across the street from Quick's house, over in Orange Mound on Bradley Street. They changed cars. They went from the white Mercedes to a white truck, white SUV, Expedition. Then they went to the cousin's house in Whitehaven, where we saw on video. They changed clothes.
Hey, let me know if y'all can still hear. Let me know if y'all can hear her talking right now. Quick mic check. Quick mic check. Let me know. Mic check. Let me know if y'all can hear her speaking. And me speaking as well. So y'all can hear both of us right now. I know it's probably irritating.
Black Charger pull
okay,
up.
bet. That'll work. Y'all can hear? Bet.
Start saving over 35% on your marketing costs when you partner with Versa Creative for award-winning full-service marketing solutions with packages starting at $1,950.
Okay.
He was injured.
Cool.
We saw the defendant get in the Charger for a minute, in the back seat. Mr. Smith testified that when they went back in the house, when Justin came back in the house with the wound kit, they patched each other up. And then he texted his girlfriend to come get him.
Yeah, she been breaking everything down, breaking down the case, everything that he did that was done, everything he's convicted of, the plot, the plan. She talked about all that. So
We noticed in the video that Justin took a yellow hoodie out of the back of the car that pulled up at the apartment. And when he came back out, he had that yellow hoodie on. Smith testified that he wasn't really worried about getting caught. He wasn't beefing with anybody. He didn't even know young Dolph. He just wanted the money. At the time, it was a lot of money. But once they split up, he kept trying to get in touch with the defendant for his money. At some point, Justin moved the car, the Mercedes, from the back of the house to the backyard in the bushes, in the house across the street from Kit. Mr. Smith testified that at some point he went back to clean the car up, to wipe it down. Mr. Smith testifies that Quet put he and Justin together, and Juke was the money man.
Well, y'all are ruthless in these comments, dog. Y'all are ruthless, man. Y'all are ruthless. Now I'm trying not to speak over her. We'll talk a little bit after. I'll stop talking whenever I see her mouth start moving. But she's going through all the documents and she's rereading them to him before his sentence right now. So everything he just said and did, she's using that as a character to decide like what I'm gonna sentence him to right now. And that's crazy because it's like that's what they say. You go to trial, everything come out, everything you posted, everything you did in the case. And it's like her making a decision, should she have remorse for it? Talked about Dolph's sister speaking, talked about Dolph's personality, talked about the plot and the plan. It's like, damn, you pretty much fried. It's like you look like, it just look bad, bro. Like, hold on, let me see what she's saying.
Mr. Smith testified that he told the police he thought Justin had the same deal with Quet because Justin didn't bring him any money, didn't bring him his money. So at some point he thought maybe they did have a different deal. But he was under the assumption that they had the same deal. It's also important to note that Cornelius Smith testified that he was moving in conjunction with Justin Johnson. And as the proof was laid out in trial, we saw Justin Johnson in the same clothes from early that morning in the apartment where he lived in Crosstown in the elevator going from the parking garage to the lobby of where he lived, in the elevator, and then waiting for the elevator in the same clothes. And then at some point, we saw where he changed those clothes and kept that yellow jacket on after the murder. We also heard testimony from Dr. Juliet Scantleberry from the Regional Forensic Center, who performed the autopsy on Adolph Thornton, who testified that the cause and manner of death was homicide. Forty 35-102 requires that I consider the following sentencing principles. That every defendant shall be punished by the imposition of a sentence justly deserved in relation to the seriousness of the offense. To assure fair and consistent treatment of all defendants by eliminating unjustified disparity in sentencing and providing a fair sense of predictability of the criminal law and its sanctions. Punishment shall be imposed to prevent crime and promote respect for the law, providing an effective general deterrent to those likely to violate the criminal laws of this state, restraining defendants with a lengthy history of criminal conduct. As to both the conspiracy to commit murder in the first degree and to the convicted felon in possession of a firearm, I find that the defendant is a range 2.
Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
New GLP-1 companion users report losing 48% more weight loss than when taking meds alone.
State asked this court to find Enhancement factor number 1, that the defendant had a previous criminal conviction for criminal behavior in addition to those necessary to establish the appropriate range. The pre-sentence report reflects that the defendant has five prior felonies, 3 of which are aggravated assault. Crime charged was second-degree murder, and they were all reduced to aggravated assault. That conviction offense was in 2017. There was also a weapons offense in federal court where he was convicted in February of 2019. There's also this attempt to commit a felony. And I'm not sure what classification that is. Do we have any idea, Mr. Hagan, Mr. Evans? Do we know what that is in the pre-sentence report? One dated on October 18th of 2018.
We did not judge. It actually shows no sentence either, no sentence information either. So what I was doing,
Non-located, I don't know.
exactly. So when I was doing
You just didn't include it.
my count, I counted that as a misdemeanor since we didn't know. It looks to be in association with the federal firearms count. So I think that for purposes of calculation and stuff, it only counts one felony.
So I'm going to find that enhancement factor number 1, that the defendant has a previous history of criminal convictions or criminal behavior in addition to those necessary to establish the range. I'm going to add great weight to that in the fact that all of these sentences, all of these convictions appear to be violent offenses. So I'm going to find enhancement number 1. Enhancement number 2, the defendant was a leader in the commission of offense involving 2 or more criminal actors. We heard testimony from Mr. Cornelius Smith of this conspiracy, this plan to strike out that day to kill someone so they could get money. It was a hit. We heard testimony that it included Quet himself, Mr. Johnson, and Joe. We also saw that the defendant, we saw how he moved around. We saw videos. We saw videos where he moved in the middle of the night before this occurred to get that white Mercedes from a gas station. We saw where they exchanged vehicles. We saw where he made the phone call. Well, we heard testimony where he made the phone call to the cousin in Whitehaven so they'd have somewhere to go to hide out for a little while, so they could patch up their wounds and change their clothes. Her testimony that he actually went and picked up Comedian Smith. So I'm going to find enhancement factor number 2 that he was a leader in the commission of the offense involved in 2 or more criminal acts. The state also asked me to find enhancement factor number 10, where the defendant had no hesitation about committing a crime when the risk to human life was high. The state is correct. This does not apply to the homicide of Mr. Adolph Thornton Jr. This applies to the other 2 charges, convictions. Into the act itself, where there were people in that store that cookie shop that day. There weren't a lot of people, thank goodness, but there was some employees in the business. There was a cashier whose life was in danger. The victim's brother was there. So certainly, the risk to human life was high. And I'm going to place great weight on that enhancement factor also. And although it appears that the defendant was on some sort of release after the aggravated assault convictions, because we don't have any proof of what kind of release, the pre-sentence report doesn't reflect it. I'm not going to find that enhancement factor mark number 13.
Shout out to Show Me State BG, man. Shout out to Show Me State BG.
There were no mitigating factors filed, none found.
Live Boy 901. Shout out to Memphis in the building, man. Memphis in the building. For people that's just coming in, this is his sentencing. And to my thought, this is live. I could be wrong though, but I thought this was live. But it might be not live. I don't know. They got it. It's premiering live on Live Crime Network, like they in the courtroom right now. This is the sentence. He's already convicted.
Johnson on the conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, 35 years. That's a range 2 offender. As to the convicted felon in possession of a firearm, I'm going to sentence him to 15 years. As a range 2 offender. State has asked this court to run these sentences consecutively.
Listing your vacation rentals on Booking.com opens the door to more guests, like this bunch. These lovebirds. Or this fine company. For the bookings you've dreamed of, list your vacation rentals on Booking.com.
Welcome to the wonderful world of Wilton. Create, share, and fearlessly enjoy every moment.
They've also asked me to find that he is a dangerous offender whose behavior indicates little or no regard for human life and no hesitation about committing a crime in which the risk to human life is high. Court also has to find that circumstances around this offense are aggravated. That confinement for an extended period of time is necessary to protect society from the defendant's unwillingness to lead a productive life and the defendant's resort to criminal activity in furtherance of an anti-societal lifestyle. And the aggregate length of the sentences reasonably relate to the offense of which the defendant stands convicted. The state argues as to the defender having a record of criminal activity that is extensive, that the court can consider not just his prior history, which the court's already talked about, the 3 prior aggravated robberies, 3 prior aggravated assaults in the federal firearms case, but also this first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, and convicted felon in possession of a handgun. It's unfortunate that we've witnessed Mr. Johnson's progression in violent activity. He's had these prior convictions which dealt with firearms, which dealt with violence, and the lack of regard for human life. And it didn't get any better, it got worse. A whole lot worse. State also argues as to the dangerous offender that the defendant was not motivated because of fear or hate, that this was greed and money and fame. This was just a hit, a way for him to further his career. The defense argues that practically that no other time above the life sentence that he's already been sentenced to will protect the community. The defense argues that the life sentence will make Mr. Johnson eligible for parole somewhere around 70 or in his mid-70s. And there's no need to protect the community any further because of that life sentence. I don't know that the court agrees with that. That sounds good. I don't know that the court agrees with that.
So I think he already got sentenced to, from what I'm getting here, and I can't remember exactly. I could be incorrect. He already got sentenced to life, but this is for the other charges on top of the life sentence. She's saying she don't agree with the defense saying, man, what's the point of sentencing more? She said, I don't think the court agrees with that, what his defense was saying. Y'all don't need to sentence him more time because he already is going to be doing life, period. And he is eligible for parole at 70 or something like that. But, you know, he could try to come back on an appeal and things of that nature and get time reduced later on, who knows? So this would be more time added on top of what he already got. So he already sentenced to my understanding. Because I can't remember
These
exactly.
were crimes that were committed in our community in the middle of the day, in broad daylight, other people around, for greed. Greed, money, and fame.
Yeah, I seen he filed for a new trial. He did file for a new
Going
trial.
to
And my bad, y'all, my
run
bad.
Count 1 and count 3 concurrently. But consent to the life sentence. Lawyers,
We'll do the judgment sheets, Your Honor, get those to you in about 4 or 5 minutes.
thank you.
And Mr. Evans has filed the start of a motion for new trial. I think he has a request to get some transcripts, and I think we've emailed collectively about another date for the motion for new trial or status date, whichever Your Honor wants. Just hold it.
Have you spoken with the court reporter about how long that's going to take?
Not yet. I was hoping to do that today, and she's not here.
Right.
I have the order prepared to submit to Your Honor. Wasn't sure how long it would take her to do it though. And so my suggestion with Mr. Hagerman was to let us wait and maybe set a status, wait until we can get with her and get an idea of.
So let's just set it. And on that day, if they're not prepared and they're not ready to go forward, we'll just reset it.
All right, thank you.
Okay? December 12th.
That date's agreeable, Judge.
I didn't give Mr. Johnson a total, did I? Life plus 35. Thank you. We set this matter to September 12th for motion for new trial. Stand in recess.
Court stands in recess.
Mr. Hagerman.
All right, I'm guessing that might have been old, y'all, but they was premiering. They had it today on Law and Crime Network, so that's why I seen it. I said, you know what? Let's watch this. I'm not finna be moving around really today. I'm finna go exercise while I'm getting my water in. We finna hit the park in a minute, and I was gonna go live with y'all today anyways from the track. Might still do that later. I'm gonna go to the car wash. It's actually about to rain, but I'm gonna knock some of this mud off these tires just in case I pop out this weekend. But let's move over to some Young Thug stuff. He's life plus 35. He has also entered in an appeal or a request for a new trial, not an appeal. He entered in a request for a new trial. So that has happened for sure. I just dropped the video also on YouTube if y'all want to check that out regarding the Lil Durk and OTF situation. I keep seeing a lot. I don't know if I'm going live tonight for sure. More than likely, yeah. No, he's got life already. Life plus 35, meaning he wasn't even going to be eligible to a possible parole until he was like 70. But they just knocked that down because of he only got sentenced on the murder trial in the beginning to life. They just added another 35 years to his life. So I know what everybody been saying in the comments. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I don't like to. I'm going to be real with y'all, bro. I'm still old school when it comes to me being a YouTube nigga, a media personality and things like that. Let's go over to the Young Thug stuff. I'm still an old school mentality nigga. I'm still up under that old law that you just don't say certain things. You don't predict certain things. And no matter if y'all agree with it or not, bro, it's not in me to like wish death on nobody. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to OG Percy, man. OG.
Got my clothes out the cleaners, man. Matter of fact, tomorrow will be the day. It'll be Saturday. I got my clothes out the cleaners and had my little suit sitting there.
Hello.
And then I came up with a good excuse. I said, man, well, shit, fuck it. If I go out tonight, nigga, I ain't gonna make it to church in the morning, big bro. Yes, if I go with you, I ain't gonna make it to church in the morning. But man, shit, I go if you went to that one club. But if you going to the other, that means you finna party your birthday out. Enjoy your birthday When you pull up, nigga, I'm sitting, we're gonna smoke this blunt when you get here. He said, all right, then, all right, man, all right, cool. All right, cool. I said, all right. And then he had the little blue bandana around his neck. He left out of here in full gear. He was looking real good. I never get that morning. I got where I woke up looking, and I'm like, God damn, this nigga done went out there and parted his ass off. He done got drunk. He ain't back yet. But you know, it's time to go to church, and I know he know my, you know, he asked my mom, could he use her car? He left his car at the house. My big brother left his car at the house, and he asked my mom, you know.
Shout out OG
Mama,
Percy,
you know how your
show no
parents are.
mercy.
Your parents, you know, y'all trying to do something good, teenage, you know, you growing up, you know, even parents today, you know, if it's a special day for you, they'll do something special for you. If it's a special day, you know, so, you know, something special for him, mama, can I use your car? My mom said, all right, but you know, I got to preach in the morning. So, you know, I got to preach. I said, my brother, you know, my big brother love his mama, and he don't play with nothing. He don't play with his mama about nothing. And so when I know it's time to go to church, I said, this nigga ain't back. This nigga got drunk. He ain't got drunk, y'all. And he left here with that Tanqueray bottle. And he was feeling good before he left because he already took one of them little cup things. And oh, shit, now, yeah, he headed out the door. I said, this nigga got drunk.
My bad, y'all. I'm trying to get to a video where we can watch some of this Young Thug update. Somebody just got a straightforward update. Let me go to 11 Alive, see if they put anything out. I know Thug's father spoke yesterday. We'll be talking about this on Studio 56 on Tuesday as well. Shout out to my guys Pook. Shout out to my guy Twan. Hey, man, rest in peace to Takeoff, man. Long live Takeoff. Rest in peace to Takeoff. I really hate that happened, man. Rest in peace to Takeoff. My bad. Rest in peace to Takeoff, man. Most deaf. Rest in peace to Takeoff, man. I don't know what's going on with Takeoff's case. I don't know. I don't know, dog. I just want to send condolences over there to his entire family, everybody, the Migos, man. You know, I see me covering rap and hip hop, and when you do rap and hip hop news, you cover a lot of people passing away, getting killed, and things like that. You know, you see some of them and they hit different, bro. But that Takeoff one, bro, like for some reason, I don't know why. You know, I never met Takeoff, never been around him, don't know him. It was just, I felt that one, bro. Like it was like, damn. Of course, the Nipsey one was crucial, and there's several others as well. Because you know, you can relate to people, bro. We might not be living the same life. We may not be doing the same thing. We might not have the same background. We both not from the same city, but when you see somebody that come from a similar demographic or just ethnicity or you know lineage as you like, damn, bro, like we into the same stuff, nigga. We act the same, we dress the same, we talk the same, we from the same culture, and you see him get shot and killed. It's like, damn. Condolences, man. Condolences. So we'll listen to a little bit of this Young Thug stuff, and we'll listen to his lawyer speak. Let's listen to his lawyer speak a little bit. Then we'll go into listen to his dad speak. Let's do that.
Our firm has recovered millions of dollars for our clients. Money is a crude substitute. There's nothing that can give back a loved one.
Mind talking us through the decision to make a plea and just how today ended up going and transpiring?
Well, this was excruciating because hopefully, in our collective opinion, Jeffrey would have been found not guilty of everything. So this is very painful. But that's another 3 months or so in custody. And he wants to go home to his family. And negotiations totally broke down with the district attorney's office. Horribly broke down. And at that point, we believe that justice would be found with the honorable court. And Jeffrey just wanted to go home. How agonizing it is to know that we've spent a year trying a case where the prosecutors have put on lies, knowing lies, hiding evidence, is insane in 2024 in the United States of America. And the only reason that this got revealed is because of you people. You people brought the truth to the community because nobody knows this. This is not the only courtroom it's happening in. And I just want to thank all of you. I especially want to thank Jeffrey for letting me represent him. I think he's a wonderful person who does wonderful things and will continue to do things even greater. I cannot express to you how Shaquille Kokomo, how Trisha Renard, how Haley, how my wife Colette, how Bram, how countless people, but especially Miss Courtney Edwards, has worked without sleep for 3 years representing Jeffrey and helping him. I will never be able to stand with anyone more ethical, honest, hardworking, insightful, intelligent.
I ain't gonna lie, Brian Steele then became one of the most popular lawyers in the game, man. He's gonna be real sought out for people with criminal cases. People with money, if you got money, paper, a bag, and you catch a criminal case, he's gonna be at the top of the food chain, bro. This is what it is. For what they was facing, how everything was looking. Let's see what Young Thug father has to say. They call him Big Jeff.
I support Sean Tier because he believes no one should flee the state of Texas for an abortion.
My bad on the echo, y'all.
Want
My
to
bad.
improve your
My bad.
image-heavy website's performance? Try Elementor's Image Optimizer.
Well, I was kind of started behind it because I was in agreement with Brian and Keith. You know, let's keep fighting. You know what I'm saying? You know, let's make them continue to embarrass themselves. You know, but at the same token, my son is I've never tried to interfere with his decisions. I just try to give him the knowledge of making the best decision that he sees fit for him. And I support it.
And so what was it like?
I feel great that he's going home. But at the same token, I still wanted to fight. But that's his decision. You know, on the other hand, I raised him to be the man that he is. You know, I've always been in his life from a pup to now. And I'm going to continue to be in his life. You know, and as an adult, he has to make his own decisions.
And
you know,
do you live here in Metro Atlanta?
Yes, I do.
So how does it feel like here that he's not allowed to be in Metro Atlanta?
I'm totally against that because this is where he's from. You know, and to have a district attorney take that away from him that isn't a resident from here. She's from another state. You know, and to see her take a man away from where he's from to have to go live somewhere else that's offensive to me. I'm really offended by it.
Can you talk
You
about,
understand?
oh, sorry, I thought you were done. I was just saying, can you talk about your bond through music? And part of his conditions is that he can still make music, still do some performances. I know you said you were hoping to get back to that with him.
Yeah, we're going to get back to work. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're YSL loaded. I'm YSL loaded. You know, and in order for us to get back to our normal life, we're going to have to put in some more work. We're going to have to put in a lot of work, but the work that we need to do foremost for the city of Atlanta, Fulton County, we need to get rid of the poison that's in our system, and that's the district attorney office. So vote Courtney Kramer. Courtney Kramer, I support Courtney Kramer to the fullest. I feel like she's the best person for the job, and it's not because of what she said about us. It's because she said that, and she was in my company and never knew who I was.
Absolutely true.
What
What are your thoughts on his art being used against him?
Not just the art, freedom of speech. Let's talk about his rights. We freedom of speech, man. You know, how can you take a person's freedom of speech and say, now we're gonna tell you how you need to talk or how you supposed to talk? You know, who would feel comfortable with? Would any of us out here right now feel comfortable with someone telling us, you confirmed from saying this? You can't say that. You know, what do the Constitution play a role at? You know, these young men, all of these young men, and some of us too, all of our rights are being violated right now because we're being dictated to on how we supposed to live, how we supposed to look, what we supposed to say. You know, we have a constitution. When are we gonna start acknowledging our constitution? You know, we did away with supposedly, we did away with communism. I can't tell. You know,
Now that was Young Thug Pop speaking. Man, we seen so much with this trial, bro. Just like, man, everybody is covering these things. This is how big hip hop is, if you didn't know, dog. It should be no question now where everybody can understand that hip hop is one of the major pillars of the world, period, nigga. This is not an opinion, dog. Like, niggas need to get it overstood, man. Get that overstood. Every major news outlet this week has covered Lil Durk and Young Thug. Just know that. Hold on. From CBS to ABC, all of them have had videos, write-ups, if not both. They all put it on their YouTube channel. But 15 years probation, a lot of people saying, oh, man, he shouldn't have took that. Hey, bro, that nigga wasn't trying to play with them people no more. Because, nigga, he would have had to go back in there. Yeah, you could say that from where you sit at, but niggas don't know, bro. This nigga waking up every day for 2.5 years. Not every day, but you know what I'm saying. This shit been going on 2.5 years, bro. And there was a possibility that they was going to have to go to a mistrial. And if they go to mistrial, they would have to start this shit all over again. Think about that, bro. Would you want to start that shit all over again, nigga? All over again. I don't think nobody want to start that all over again. The whole process. And you're going to have to come with them lawyer fees again. Everything, bro. Nigga, you ain't going home. You stuck in there. All that shit. It was a specific video I wanted to play, too. We about to go get some exercise in. I'm going to go to the car wash real quick. I was going to get a cut today, but I think I'm going to go nappy this week, man. think I'm gonna go nappy this week. It's a specific video I wanted to watch with y'all when the news was kind of going over it yesterday. One of them news sites, I can't remember which one it was. Who the fuck was it? ABC News, that's it. I'm on the right stuff. They had Young Thug in the thumbnail.
Kohl's has everything you need for your family this fall, whether you are looking to make memories around the dinner table or just add in some fun festive fall decorations.
We do want to come on the air here with breaking news. In fact, instead of going to that break, out of Atlanta, rapper Young Thug is now pleading guilty to what has become Georgia's longest-running criminal trial. The plea just announced in Fulton County Court just minutes ago. The rapper, whose real name is Jeffrey Lamar Williams, was indicted in 2022 on racketeering charges. Prosecutors say the rapper led a street gang that committed murder, armed robbery, carjackings, and also dealt drugs. Nearly 30 other co-defendants were named in this case. Young Thug's trial has been plagued by problems, including 2 judges having to recuse themselves and mounting concerns last week that a mistrial could be ordered. Let's bring in ABC News legal contributor Sean Lloyd now, who joins me with more. Sean, talk to me first just about the state of play in this trial and remind me, frankly, of how long this has gone on. It is the longest running criminal trial in Georgia history. Is that right?
That is absolutely correct. And it's amazing that this has been going on for more than 6 months. We have been here following this trial. It is one of the longest trials that Georgia has had. That says a lot about the state of this trial and how many witnesses the state has been calling. So now that we see this plea deal, I'm not very surprised by it because I think both sides were trying to mitigate damages here.
And Sean, very quickly, I do want to play for you images that just came into us. It is Young Thug taking that plea deal in court, and then I'll have you react on the back end. But here is what just played out in court just moments ago.
As to count 60, violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, how do you plead?
Guilty.
As to count 61, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, how do you plead?
Guilty.
And as to count 1, conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, how do you plead?
No.
As to count 56, participation in criminal street.
Damn, my bad on the echo, y'all. Shit. The echo wasn't bothering y'all. The echo wasn't bothering y'all. My bad. Y'all held it down. Shout out to Crotchet Love D. 100. My bad on the echo. I forgot to mute the background. The NOLO plea. I've never heard of the NOLO plea. This was new. That was new for me. Y'all gonna act like y'all knew what it was. Did any of y'all know what the NOLO plea was? Keep it 1,000. Don't lie, don't fake. Did y'all know what the NOLO plea was? Yes or no? Have y'all heard of NOLO in the courtroom? I've never heard of NOLO. Some of y'all might have, but I'm willing to say I think that most people didn't know what the hell that was. Now you've experienced lifestyle, so you know. But I can tell you, majority of the niggas. Nah, we got some people on here keeping it real. My boy say, hell nah. You know, because you experienced it. I'm saying I ain't never had nobody go through that. Nah. Have you heard them call it NOLO? Not no contest. I've heard no contest. I've never heard NOLO. Yeah, nah, facts. We just keeping it 1,000. I'm just saying most people have never seen it happen like that, where he's saying NOLO plea to a couple counts, and then the other ones he's pleading guilty. I'm talking about, have y'all heard them say the NOLO plea? The exact words, calling it a NOLO plea, bro. I've never heard them call it a NOLO plea. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all might know it, but I ain't never heard it. I've heard no contest, nigga. I've heard of proffer agreements. I've heard of all that shit. I've just never heard them go in the courtroom and say NOLO plea, NOLO plea, NOLO plea. I never heard that before. But we finna get back to work, man. Is there any questions before we get up out of here? Anything we need to speak on? Yeah, he could have probably tried to fight, but I ain't gonna lie to you. They put the motion in for a mistrial, right? I'm gonna keep it a band. I get what Brian's still saying. I get what y'all saying. Keep fighting, keep fighting. I hear his daddy speaking. Yeah. The end of the day, was they gonna give Young Thug a bond? Because they put in motions for mistrial. The mistrial was gonna be without prejudice, meaning the judge wasn't gonna say they can't retry this again. You feel me? The judge wasn't about to say they can't retry this again. The judge was finna be like, all right, mistrial granted without prejudice. That means the state can rebuild this. That means Young Thug and them would have been going through exactly what YNW Melly is going through right now. They wasn't going to give Young Thug a bond, possibly. All they was going to do is try to go back and rebuild their case. Young Thug's got to go through the same process. I'm going to be real with y'all. You can't blame a nigga for taking that plea. You got to say the system forced him into taking that plea. Because he would have to come pay Brian Steele again. And this nigga here is not cheap. That's not a cheap lawyer. I got to pay him again. To my understanding, I don't think it roll over. It's the same trial. I think you got to pay him again if I'm correct. I'm not experiencing that. Y'all let me know. I got to pay him again. And I got to wait in jail for a whole nother year to do this trial again for a whole nother year at least. Bro, that would have been a long goddamn time, a lot of goddamn money. And nigga like, man, I can leave today. Now, it's y'all didn't know, I keep wanting to iterate this. It's 15 others. 15 others, y'all. Facts to my boy Fly, my guy Flyboy. See, everybody saying that shit. Everybody saying that shit, bro. Hey, man, he should have kept fighting. Bro, it's not guaranteed that this trial was even going to continue. The state playing hardball. Let me go to the end yesterday. A lot of y'all probably didn't even catch this. They want a conviction. Nah, nigga, they want, hey, we going to see Monday what happens with Yak Gotti and SB. Mind you, it's 14 or 15 others on this as well. Now, look, I want y'all to see something. I want y'all to see something real quick. After everybody left, I kept watching. I kept watching yesterday. I was watching Thug Live, but I kept watching this yesterday.
You could tell they were starstruck to each other.
Hold on, I'm trying to find that stream, y'all. Oh, it's Law and Crime Trials, the other channel. My bad. Y'all turn us up, hit that like button. I want y'all to see this before we get up out of here. I'm finna get my day started. We might do another video today. I got a video out right now. Y'all can go watch on Lil Durk if y'all want to check that out. I also have a video on I also have a video that I dropped on Lil Durk. I dropped a video on Jay Prince yesterday, him responding to these rumors that he got picked up by the feds. That's out. So we got content on the channel for y'all. Did a live stream the night before. Might do a live stream tonight. I was streaming live last night, but I took it down. It wasn't a lot going on out there last night. Yeah. We outside with it, man. Let's turn it up. We're going to play the end of this so y'all can see what happened yesterday. I think a lot of people didn't catch. Bro, she said 126 years. The state is not trying to let them get that deal no more. Let's see. Just watch this, y'all. This is Yak Gotti and SB. And both of them have murder charges. They both have murder charges. And bro, they denied the plea deal. The state gave them an offer, and it's in the hands of the jury. And that's the thing, too, bro. When you talk about Young Thug, I know everybody want to believe this trickery game. The judge told y'all the real. Let me lay this down for y'all real quick. I hear everybody saying, well, oh, man, yeah, dog, them niggas switch their stories up. They ain't credible. They ain't this. You really can't take what they saying for granted. Hey, man, they ain't taking this for granted. Hey, man, the jury can see they lying. It's reasonable doubt. I get what y'all are saying. But this is why they tell you to not take the stand. This is why they tell you anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law, criminal or not, innocent or not. When you take the stand, the jury is supposed to look at reasonable doubt. Is this true? But the jury can also say, I think that he's lying based on the facts. Y'all do know that, right? Y'all do know that, right? The jury can look at you on the stand, look at the evidence, and they can decide, I looked at the evidence, I see what he's saying, but he knows these guys. He admitted he grew up with these guys. They making a decision on their own. Your fate is in the hands of the jury. Do y'all think that the jury has looked at these niggas that been on this stand and said, we don't believe that YSL is a game? Mind you, these are not fans of the music, most likely. They might be. They're not people that's doing it and looking at it in favor of Young Thug. They in there like, hey, bro, we gonna just make our decision based off of what we hear and what we see. This is the reason why we were facing this mistrial in the first place, because Slime Life Shawty mentioned a redacted name, a name that they agreed to redact, a piece of evidence they agreed to redact. You want to know why they want to redact that? It said Free Quay. That would let the jury know Quay is in prison, meaning, oh, he's capable of these crimes already. You understand what I'm saying? That means, oh, Quay has already been locked up. He's already serving prison time. Oh, that means everything that I'm hearing about him can possibly be true. That's why people don't want to go to trial, and that's why they tell you, nigga, don't take the stand. If you get on the stand, don't talk, don't admit, then their whole goal is to trip you up and to prove to the jury that you lying, bro. So people got to know that. But let's play this real quick. So I get everybody say, oh, man, they raising the reasonable doubt, they lying, they ain't got no hardcore evidence. True. I get that. But at the same time, when niggas taking that stand that have already pled guilty, fam, it's just not a good look. Don't take no motherfucking stand if you want to be. You know how you prove your innocence in the court of law. Out of sight, out of mind. If you ain't heard me say it, then you can't say I said it in the court of law. It's not about what you know, it's about what you can prove. It's not about what you know, it's about what you can prove. Let's play it.
8, which is violation of the Georgia Controlled Substance Act. That is for the possession.
Right, marijuana.
Of marijuana, which carries a sentence of 1 to 10 years. As to count 59, I believe that's the possession of codeine with the intent to distribute, which is 1 to 5, which is 5 to 30 years. And count 59, which is the possession of cocaine, which is
60 is possession of cocaine.
So 59 was the codeine, 60 is the possession of cocaine, which was 1 to 5 years. Possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, which was count 61, which is 5 years to serve consecutive to any count indictment. Possession of a machine gun, which was count 62, which was 10 years to serve consecutive. And then he was charged with count 63, which is possession of a firearm by convicted felon pursuant to 1611-133. I know my math isn't the best, but that's life plus some years. The state's recommendation, Your Honor, was for Mr. Kendrick to plead to count 1, conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act, which was 20 to serve 15. Count 2, the murder reduced to voluntary manslaughter, 20 years to serve 15. 20 years to serve 15. And then to the gang count
57.
They hold a lot of the cards and letting you plead
Non-negotiated.
Possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, which was count 61, which is 5 years to serve consecutive to.
Here we go, y'all. We finna get to it.
Possession of a machine gun, which was count 62, which was 10 years to serve consecutive. And then he was charged with count 63, which is possession of a firearm by convicted felon pursuant to 1611-133. I know my math isn't the best, but that's life plus some years. The state's recommendation, Your Honor, was for Mr. Kendrick to plead to count 1, conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act, which was 20 to serve 15. Count 2, the murder reduced to voluntary manslaughter, 20 years to serve 15. 20 years to serve 15. And then to the gang count 57, also 20 years to serve 15, all to run concurrent, and the state was willing to null pros all the other counts in the indictment.
All right. And Mr. Kendrick and the attorneys associated with you, I want to make sure that y'all know that unlike what happened with Mr. Williams, if you plead non-negotiated to less than all of the charges, there is nothing that the court can do if the state chooses to go forward with some of those charges. So you could not do what Mr. Williams pled guilty or nolo to each of the charges that he was facing. Y'all cannot,
Shout out
you
Pimp
cannot
Tight.
say, well, I'd like to plead guilty to count 1 and I'd like to plead to the reduced charge on count 2. And then I'd like to just skip the rest of them.
I want y'all to hear what the
State
state
can
finna say right
"Oh,
here.
we're not skipping the rest of them. We're still going to try you for the rest of them. And the state can also say, we're not okay with letting you plead to voluntary manslaughter unless you abide by the terms of the agreement. We're going to go forward with the murder trial. So I know that Mr. Weinstein, you and Mr. Apt and everybody else who's been helping know that, but because things seem to have worked out sort of beneficially for some of these other people who have already pled, y'all might think, oh, well, gosh, can't we do something better than that? Given what you're facing, they hold a lot of the cards, and a lot of it is outside of the ability of this court to change. Okay? All right.
We understand that, Your Honor. Thank you for advising
All
us of
right.
that.
All right. Mr. Stillwell is facing.
Your Honor, Mr. Stillwell is also looking at count 1, which the conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act, which is 5 to 20 years. He is facing 2 counts of murder for count 2 and count 49, which each carries a sentence of life imprisonment. He's also charged with count 50 of this indictment, Your Honor, which is participation in criminal street gang activity, which carries a sentence of 5 to 20 years. He's also charged with count 51, participation in criminal street gang activity, also a sentence of 5 to 20 years. Count 52, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, previously convicted under 1611-133, which is 15 years consecutive to any count in the indictment. 54, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, which is 5 years to serve consecutive. Count 64, which is another possession of a firearm by a convicted felon under 1611-133, which is also 15 years to serve consecutive. So Mr. Stillwell's looking at maximum of 2 life sentences plus
85 years.
Plus 85 years, Your Honor. The state's recommendation, and I'll just say globally, Your Honor, was 60 years to serve 40 years in prison. That we would have reduced both of the murders to voluntary manslaughter, Your Honor. And we had given his attorney the option to kind of craft how that 40 years would look. But that was the extent to our negotiations, Your Honor.
And Mr. Stillwell, kind of the same information to you. If the state does not want to reduce charges, you're not entitled to plead to reduce charges. They can say, you got to face these murder charges and we're going to make it a jury trial if you don't agree to what we're offering. Same thing, you can't say, well, I'd like those other charges dismissed if they're not willing to dismiss them in exchange for the negotiated sentence. So obviously each of you has the right to continue with the trial. You know, what you're doing, you are all have very capable attorneys representing you who clearly care very passionately about you all personally, as well as presenting your best case. But it's ultimately going to be up to the jury, and you cannot know what any jury is going to do. And they may say, I don't believe a single bit of this beyond a reasonable doubt. Y'all are both walking. They may say, you know what, I buy this, I don't buy that. I'm convicting you of 4 of the 5 or 4 of the 8 charges. You're still then going to face sentencing. They may convict you of everything. And if you are convicted of everything, Mr. Stillwell, you're facing 2 life sentences plus 85 years on top of that, as opposed to 40 years to serve with parole as a possibility. And Mr. Kendrick, you're facing life plus, I think I added up 115 years.
What the fuck?
Instead of 20 to serve 15. So it's just something to think about. And I mean, it's already past 5 o'clock. So are y'all going to leave the offer open?
This is the part I wanted y'all to get to. This is the part I wanted y'all to see. 100 years plus life plus 100, life plus 40 plus another 20. Them niggas looking at just basically life and extra time in prison. Now, I'm saying all that to say this. The state is about to say the deal is over. They basically offered them, well, for Yak, I think he was offered 20 in prison, serve 15. So he offered 15 years. So they plea deals, they was going to have to do some prison time. I don't know how long they would have had to stay in prison, for sure. But they deals is different. Did y'all hear that shit, bro? Like, over 100 years, nigga. We talking 200 years. She added up the years, bro. She said 200. She might as well just say, hey, bro, you never getting out of prison. But to say I'm going to get life plus 180 years or life plus 80 years, bro, that is fucking crazy. But what I want y'all to hear, the state, because I ain't gonna lie, this judge is a very fair judge. She's a very fair judge. Very fair.
Until you have withdrawn the offer before you even put it on the record to.
We communicated this to them last night, but they did not accept it.
You have withdrawn. I'm convicting you of 4 of the 5 or 4 of the 8 charges. You're still then going to face sentencing. They may convict you of everything. And if you are convicted of everything, Mr. Stillwell, you're facing 2 life sentences plus 85 years on top of that, as opposed to 40 years to serve with parole as a possibility. And Mr. Kendrick, you are facing life plus, I think I added up 115 years instead of 20 to serve 15. So it's just something to think about. And I mean, it's already past 5 o'clock. So are y'all going to leave the offer open until you have withdrawn the offer before you even put it on the record to?
We communicated this to them last night, but they did not accept it.
All right, well, given that the state spent the entire day negotiating Mr. Williams' plea, ultimately unsuccessfully, I don't know if either Mr. Weinstein or Mr. Sharp would have been able to negotiate with you during today.
They would have, we didn't have any communication from Mr. Weinstein or Mr. And they rejected the offer.
Okay.
I did have communication with Mr. Abate today. I attempted to have communications with the DA last Tuesday morning, but she failed to show up for our meeting.
Any chance y'all might leave it open until 9 o'clock tomorrow?
Your Honor, I'll consult with the DA and if she wishes to read.
Okay, I mean, I have no idea whether they'd want to keep it, but I haven't, we haven't put it on the record and I haven't ensured myself as the court that they understood what the potential sentences were up until just now. So I would appreciate it if she would, so that they have the opportunity, having heard from the court, to talk to their attorneys. And they may still say that we're good, we're going forward, but.
We'll consult with the district attorney, but as a.
Okay. So in the event that it is no longer open to you or that you decide to reject it anyway, I plan to start the trial again Monday morning. I'm going to have the jury be here at 9. I'm going to have us be here at 8:30. We're back to getting no sleep. So I'll see y'all at 8:30 regardless. Okay, now court is adjourned.
Hey, they got blessed with a fair judge, bro. Judge Whitaker. Because she said, well, hold on, y'all didn't make that plea deal official in court. They might want to change their mind now. Now, yet Gotti, it sounded like 20 serve 15 or go to trial and get whammed possibly. I don't know, bro. That's risky, dog. Now, yet Gotti has done prison time before. I think Shannon has too as well. But yet Gotti, I can say for sure, has done prison time. Of course, 15 years is a long time, my nigga. But it damn sure ain't as long as no goddamn me 186. Just hearing that number is crazy. We gotta wait and see how that one gonna play out. Dawg say take the dub. I ain't gonna lie. I would have to go back and listen. I'm gonna do a video on this probably before the weekend is up. I'm gonna do the I'm gonna do what you call it. Yeah, that's what I say. As the judge said, y'all heard right there. It's in the jury hands and what they decide to convict you on. So whatever they convict you on, you gonna get the max on that. That's what she had to let them know. That's why she said, I want to reassure y'all that the state is like, nah, we took that off the table. She's like, well, hold on, man. Y'all got to let it be official. Let's see what's up. Let's see what's what. We'll see what happened, man. I ain't going to lie. I feel like the state most definitely want to give somebody a lengthy prison sentence in this because they have fumbled this case. And when I say fumbled this case, that last motion for mistrial was a mistake. They looked it bad. A lot of y'all might not know there are 14 others who are still currently on trial. 14 or 15 others. They got to go to trial. I don't even know if their trials have started yet. Longest trial in the state of Georgia. Man, it's crazy. Y'all turn it up. Hit that like button. Nah, the medication station. You wake up every day to go to court. You miss all meals. Get back to your cell. 24 hours later, do that 150 times in a row. Nah, he giving the facts, bro. That damn trial this long will break you down. Y'all turn us up, man. We shall see. I'm probably go live later while I'm on the track exercising a little bit. We'll see. Take care of some business. And we'll be back, man. We'll be back. Give me 50 more likes, man. Give me 50 more likes, bro. Turn us up one time. Everybody hit that like button, turn it. Oh, yeah, I called it. Y'all remember? I called it. I said Thug was going to walk. I really thought. Now, I did say Thug was going to walk the day before on the live. Let me go to it. I said Thug was going to walk. I did thinking I was most definitely drunk. I did feel in my heart that I'm like, bro, this nigga going to walk on all charges, bro. I was like, niggas finna be calling that nigga King Slime and all this other shit. because I was like, bro, the way it's looking, the way that people taking these plea deals and all this, I'm like, bro, Doug finna beat this shit. Doug finna beat this shit. This is why I don't make predictions. There were a lot of predicting people that Thug was going to prison for life. A lot of people was predicting that. A lot of people saying that Thug was out of there. Bloggers, YouTubers, fans, people in the comments. And I keep seeing this shit about Baby and Lil Gunna, right? And Young Thug. Oh, they owe Gunna an apology. No, they don't. No, they don't. They don't owe Gunna no apology. Because the streets is the streets. And if you signed up for the streets, they are what they are. It is what it is. Here we go, outside on the block. The streets are what they are. I don't know what's what. He's claiming innocence. They convicted him of it. But at the same time, whoever that person is, and I forgot their name, but condolences to their family and God bless, because there's still somebody loved one that's deceased. Even throughout this case, things that people accused of, murder and things, condolences to the people that have been lost, man. Prayers up. I think Young Thug is gonna walk from this shit, bro. And if he don't walk, he finna get a minimal amount of time, bro. Only thing is, Thug got that shit that was at his house and all that. Bro, it's a motherfucking possum. Look at this motherfucker. Y'all see this nigga, man? Motherfucker. That's a fucking possum. So I don't know how much of this stuff is factual or not. Condolences to the person that they say Lil Rod killed. He's appealing that conviction. And I don't know what's what. He's claiming innocence. They convicted him of it. But at the same time, whoever that person is, and I forgot their name, but condolences to their family and God bless, because there's still somebody loved one that's deceased. Even throughout this case, things that people accused of, murder and things, condolences to the people that have been lost, man. Prayers up. I think Young Thug is gonna walk from this shit, bro. And if he don't walk, he finna get a minimal amount of time, bro. Only thing is, Thug got that shit that was at his house and all that. Bro, it's a motherfucking possum. Look at this motherfucker. Y'all see this nigga, man? Motherfucker. That's a fucking possum. This shit crazy. I want this to be understood, y'all. The game is the game, and the internet is the internet, and the fans are the fans. Don't live your life according to them or what they think. Don't even keep it solid for yourself and stand on what you believe in, man. But y'all know why we can't have no real shit in the game? Because people are not really ready to stand on real shit. Because if you stand on real shit, then you're going to have to cut a lot of shit out. It's certain things that you know that are real, certain things that you know are solid. But there are things that you're not going to go hard for. You like, okay, that's some real shit. That's some fake shit. Oh, that nigga a slime ball. That nigga a hoe ass nigga, whatever. You might say that and you might feel that. And you might, yeah, bro, that's some hoe ass shit. But you might tell yourself, it ain't my business, though. I'm not invested in it. I'm not invested in that shit, though. You feel me? There's differences to this. Let me say that again. It's levels and layers to this where it's like, hey, you might see some shit and be like, you know what, that's some hoe ass shit, or hey, I ain't feeling that shit, or I don't like that shit, but you don't want to get invested in it. And when you get invested in it, in the world we live in today, people are gonna feel how they feel based off of how they feel about you, your status, how much money you got. Because you can be saying the realest shit ever, but if you ain't got no status, you ain't got no name, you ain't got no motion, people just gonna say you're hating. That's just what it is. No snitching is the number one rule of the streets. If you are a street nigga, you are never supposed to tell, especially on your own man. Under no circumstances. Under no circumstances are you supposed to go in there and have any mention that can hurt your man in the courtroom. This go back to slavery days, and I say that because if you gonna fuck somebody's life off, you just showing like, damn, it ain't no loyalty there. It ain't no loyalty there. This ain't about the streets. It's about a code or morality. This is you being caught breaking the law. No matter if you feel like you broke the law or not, if you live the lifestyle of breaking the law and they come to you and they tell you, hey man, give this man up to save yourself, or you hear them telling you things to say that can hurt somebody else you rock with, that you gang claim with, you crew claim with. And when I say gang, this is just your boys. These are just your homies. You're not supposed to say anything. So, what Lil Baby said? Was Lil Baby wrong? No. If you take a plea, you are not a rat. Taking a plea does not make you a rat. If you take a plea and admit that we are a gang in that plea, I'm doing violence in that plea, and I did violence with these guys, that's being a rat. But if you is just taking a plea on yourself, that's not being a rat. Now, back in the day, we're going to talk about Costa Nostra and the mob. Costa Nostra, however they say it. To even, in their eyes, acknowledge, because they were a secret society, the mob, under no circumstances do you even admit that the mob exists, even if you not implement nobody else, because it wasn't documented on paper. They didn't have RICO and racketeering charges. Costa Nostra, the mob, was supposed to only be for them to know, and the people that know, yeah, of course the police know, of course the people in the community know, but no, nigga, we're not going to go in the courtroom and admit that this thing exists. That was considered snitching on them. When they take the blood oath, you shake the nigga's hand with the blood oath, hey, nigga, after that, you don't go nowhere and say any of this. Of course, that's common sense, Sky. Why are we talking common sense? If y'all on the same charge, yeah. If we all on the same charge, yeah. And Lil Duke's plea, Lil Duke didn't say that YSL was a gang. When Lil Duke took that plea, Lil Duke never said YSL was a gang. Y'all do know that, right? To my understanding, Lil Duke never said that YSL was a gang. Lil Duke acknowledged what's already documented. I'm in the Rolling 60 gang. They not finna go convict thousands of Rolling 60s across the country because that. Young Thug plea wasn't for YSL. Young Thug pleas were for the possession and things like that, to my understanding. But there is a bit of acknowledgement of everything. There still is a bit of acknowledgement of him being tied into these things for sure. But at the end of the day, Thug didn't put nobody behind bars, bro. Thug didn't put nobody behind bars. First of all, you put yourself there. Let's get that clear. If you get caught up in these situations, you put yourself behind these bars. Now, secondly, I'm going to be real with y'all, bro. This is why I listen. You know, I hear a lot of females with opinions, and I know a lot of females, they don't know shit. I know a lot of females don't know shit, but they talk, and they have opinions about street shit. I want y'all to be real with me. If y'all saw that video of Gunna in that courtroom, I want to answer this question for real. And I'm not in a beef. I have no problem with none of these brothers. I don't know these brothers. I can agree or disagree with what a nigga do. But if y'all saw that video of Gunna inside of that courtroom saying what he said in that courtroom, and then Lil Durk, Lil Baby, Meek Mill, Boosie, if you saw that video of those of Gunna in that courtroom saying what he said on camera, and then you saw all the rappers I just named, Boosie, Lil Baby, Meek Mill, Lil Durk, Future, all of them taking pictures with him right after he said that in that courtroom, what would y'all say? What would y'all say? Y'all would say 21 Savage. All of them niggas that was down with Young Thug. That video drops of Gunna saying what he said. Then all them niggas go right up there and start kicking it with Gunna. Y'all niggas know y'all gonna be. Y'all niggas know y'all would have been calling them niggas names. Y'all want to know why people became fans and stood behind Gunna? Because of the fact people love Gunna music. Because of the fact they love Gunna music. If I did that, I'd be out of here. I don't care. Like who you like, love who music you love, support who you support. I'm just calling it for what it is. Wasn't no part of no play, bro. These niggas' lives was on the line. Get out of that internet mindset. Get out of that internet mindset. Hey, that's the way the game go, Vicky. We don't make these rules. We don't make these rules, Vicky. You understand? Because look, I'm not doing anything. I'm not selling crack. I'm not robbing nobody. I'm not shooting nobody. I'm not killing nobody. I've never done any of that. I've never gangbanged. I've never done nothing. But guess what? When you grow up in an area where these things are going on, you know how it go. You know how it go. When you grow up around these things, when you go to school with niggas that do this, niggas in your neighborhood do this, you got older family members that do this. You got niggas when you go to the mall that's on that type of time, and people you know from your, you know what it is. So all this other shit is internet shit. Because really, let's keep it a band. That snitching, that paperwork party shit, that shit is for street niggas. Street niggas and penitentiary yards. That shit is not for the fans. I'm only speaking on it because, of course, I know y'all gonna click it. I know y'all gonna come here for it. But I'm gonna make sure I'm getting a real message out there to my people. I'm gonna use these topics to educate. I'm gonna use these topics because it's a lot of people that's not part of our culture, that's not from our culture. They controlling the narrative. Nah, a nigga from the culture gonna control this narrative. Our culture, as in the black, urban, hip-hop, rap, music industry, that paperwork party shit is some new shit. Only niggas that had paperwork parties was real street niggas. All this internet shit, these niggas that haven't been in the streets, these niggas that are cosplaying as street niggas, and this and this and that, that shit ain't but 3-4 years old, bro. Go back to 2019. Niggas wasn't doing that. Niggas wasn't having paperwork parties in 2015 on the internet. And if they was a street nigga, a real street nigga. Not no made up street nigga. Am I right or am I wrong? And I'm a grown ass man at these times. I'm a grown ass man. Tell me that y'all grew up with niggas having paper. The internet been around forever. Instagram been out forever. When has that happened? Well, we sitting around politicking on niggas' paperwork. When was that a thing? Let's just go to the internet and call a nigga that snitch. That's some new shit, bro. You got all these nerds, all these weirdos that don't give a fuck about niggas. They breaking down niggas' paperwork. They on here investigating and trying to solve crimes on the internet. When did we start doing that in our culture? Hey, let me know. Niggas might as well go be cops. They trying to piece things together. They accusing niggas of murder. Every time somebody get killed, they blame 10 motherfuckers on, man, he did it, he did it, he did it. He did it, he did it. Oh, he did it, he did it. That ain't what our culture is based on, so I got to document the real, that this is some new wave shit that came into play. But in the streets, let me tell y'all something. Think about it. It's common sense. Don't nobody want to do nothing to no snitch, bro. Don't nobody want to do nothing to no nigga they think gonna tell, bro. A nigga snitch, a nigga tell, this been going on, nigga. Y'all need to know that black men did not invent being gangsters. We followed suits of Italians. Facts, laughing joker. But even when a nigga tell on you, you not finna do nothing to that nigga, because you want to know why? You the target. You the first nigga they gonna investigate. So if you got told on, Bye, nigga. You go do your time and you come home. Something happened to that nigga. Who the first person they going to? You got motive. So by a nigga having motive, we already can legally watch you. That's why nothing happens to snitches, fam. I'm just telling you. Just use your brain. Ain't nobody got to teach you this. Nigga know that. Nigga feel it. Hey, bro. Hey, dog. Nah, nigga. This and that. That nigga did that. Hey, bro. He told on. Man, fuck that nigga. We Xing him out. We ain't finna deal with him no more, but we not finna fuck with him because we know what come with it, nigga. Maybe a lot of prison time. Why risk it? I'm just gonna go on by my life and stay free. And they gonna dirty the nigga name up. They gonna fuck over his name and hey, bro, that nigga, he no good. He dirty. He no good. But niggas ain't doing nothing to no snitches, bro. All them niggas in the mob that was snitching, they walking around right now. The ones that haven't passed away. All them niggas that cooperated in the mob, them niggas is the one that invented this gangster shit, bro. We just took what we did with it and influenced our community because of the lack of resources and the money and things like that. And they started doing business with niggas as well. Niggas ain't fucking with no snitches because they don't want to go to jail. It's not worth it. Especially ain't worth it to prove nothing to the internet. Especially ain't nothing to prove nothing to these bloggers. Or niggas in the streets. Nobody knows why Alpo got killed. Nobody really knows. I heard the guy that did that, if I am correct, I don't know for sure. Or the guy they accused of doing it, he was released for some reason. I can't remember. I can't remember exactly. I hate them damn spam calls, y'all. That shit be crazy. And they niggas told on them. All of them niggas that was like telling all the mob bosses, the ones at the top, all they people, a lot of niggas told and corroborated on them niggas. Vlad done interviewed a lot of them niggas. And it's a lot of them niggas in the mob. They stayed down and took their time on the chin. It's niggas in the mob who done 20, done 25. It's niggas in the mob that stayed down. It's some niggas in the mob that went to prison and served life sentences that it could have told, but ain't tell. So it's niggas that stand on it. But I want y'all to know something with that snitching and telling shit. I don't need to be a street nigga to tell you the real. Because that's how they'll try to say, well, you not a gangster, you not a street nigga, so what? Nigga, facts is facts. Nigga grew up around y'all niggas. Nigga went to school with these niggas. Or these type of niggas. If I was in your city, I would have been from the same neighborhood as you. Maybe. If I was in your city, I would have been going to the same school as you. If I was going to your city, I would have been at the same malls, fucking with the same hoes, going to the same movies as you. So I'm gonna know what the fuck snitching is and ain't. But I'm gonna tell y'all niggas something. People say this, people say that. What needs to be known and understood. Most of the niggas in prison who have been told on, most of the niggas who were snitched on or told on in prison, majority of the niggas in prison serving the most time were told on by other gangsters or their own homies. Yes, there's no instances where somebody victimized somebody and they pointed them out of lineup or they testified against them. That happens a lot too. But in most criminal cases where there's a co-conspirator or a nigga all them niggas serving all that time on them yards, the drug and gang cases, oh, they got told on by another nigga that was supposed to be a street nigga. or they got told on by somebody they called a friend. I'm just giving it 1,000 of y'all. Most of the niggas that have been told on that's on the prison yard right now were told on by another street nigga. And guess what? Niggas is in prison snitching on niggas. Niggas is in prison still snitching on each other. That's a fact. Niggas in there gathering information, telling niggas about niggas' cases. Yeah. I'm just telling y'all the real. I'm just gonna tell y'all this right here, bro. I want y'all to know, stay out the way. I don't give a fuck about who's snitching and who ain't. Really, I'm not finna do nothing to nobody. I'm not banging. I'm not from that lifestyle. I grew up around this shit, but I didn't gang bang. I didn't sell dope. I didn't rob, nigga. My T-lady was strict on me, nigga. I had structure, and my structure wouldn't allow me to go out there and do those things, nigga. Like, I grew up respectful. Of course, a nigga done dumb shit. Nigga done did a gang of stupid shit. Nigga done did this, whatever. But, nigga, no, bro. I just know the real, and I'm going to tell y'all the real. People say the streets is a myth. I understand that sentiment. I understand the sentiment. I understand what people mean when they say the streets is a myth. The streets is not a myth. Myth mean it's not real, like it doesn't exist. Means like it didn't happen. No. The streets are very real, but the streets are not going to keep it real with you. Robbing, jacking, backstabbing, killing, slime balling, and telling have always been elements of that dark jungle and deep end of that water of the streets. You know that when you get in the streets. The streets ain't no myth. The streets are very real. They got real people, real lives, real money, real pussy, real fame, real notoriety. But they also got real consequences. That's not a myth. The streets is real. The myth is if you are one to believe that you should be glorifying the street life. The streets been around. Ain't nothing a myth about the streets, fam. The streets are real. The expectations of the streets can be a myth, but they can never be that of a myth because think about it. They've been telling you since you've been a kid. If you commit to the streets, if you commit, you don't try to find an exit strategy, especially to dumb shit. Now, there's niggas that hustle and get money, and they be out the way, they be chilling. They ain't in the mix, they ain't on the radar, they doing they one little two thing. They cool. But niggas that want to stunt, ball, put everything on Front Street, show all the cash, put everybody in your business, beefing with niggas, shooting at niggas, that's what brings the investigation. Having everybody in your business, everybody knowing what you do, that's what fucks it up for you. Just keeping it a band. But yeah, man, we'll see what happens. We have a very hypocritical world in the hip-hop community, but I just want y'all to know the real, bro. I'm going to bring the reality when I speak on this shit or what it is. I'm not concerned with what Gunna, Young Thug, and them have going on because them niggas are good. They are set. They talented artists. They gonna sell. They gonna make money. But I want y'all to know that the hip-hop community, the fans, these blogs, the news, the record labels, don't let none of this shit push a narrative on you because they will push you in the narrative to think you fucking crazy by saying some real shit and doing some real shit. I'm gonna tell y'all one thing before I go. All the blogs posted Quando Rondo's club show. When Quando Rondo posted that he had a show after King Von killed, every blog posted that nigga flyer. Them blogs, if Quando Rondo would have called or DM the blogs, hey bro, can you post my club flyer for my show in Macon, Georgia? In a couple, it's gonna be next week before young King Von got killed. They would laugh at him. They would never post and promote his flyer. They would be like, that's worthless. That's pointless. They gonna say this. This is how they would feel. Quando Rondo, we don't care about you or Macon, Georgia. That's how the blogs would treat dog before that incident went down with King Von. But afterwards, every blog felt the need to promote his flyer, promote that he got a show, because they want to see blood. They love blood. They love violence. I called it out in 2020, and people got mad at me. Niggas felt the way, which I didn't give a fuck. I hope you felt the way, and I hope it hurt, nigga. I don't be giving a fuck when I pop it, because I'm popping the real shit. Y'all can have all that other shit. You already know somebody died. You would never post that man club flyer. You know it's blood on this. Multiple lives lost, and you know others shot that night. But you're going to promote that man's club flyer knowing he's into it with those niggas. Hey, man, go get that. That's where he at. Go slide. Come on. But hit that like button and turn us up, man. I wasn't even supposed to be on here this long today. But we'll get up out of here. Hit that like button. Y'all stay up, stay blessed, man. We might come back live later. Give me a couple hours. We'll see, man. Finna go hit the park. Gotta go wash this car real quick, and we'll see after that.